The situation with maths and science is very, very poor in this country, and what Go for Gold does is give them supplementary classes to build up their maths and science for matric. But on top of that is also to give them basic skills and life skills, and to understand that to succeed in life you have to be able to take responsibility and make things happen. And that is basically what rubs off onto most of the Go for Gold students. And that in itself, I think, is very important, that you don't blame others. You think of a plan and you work it out. And this organization is doing that very well in spite of the depressed economy with regard to construction. But there are lots of optimistic people out there that are contributing to it, and we believe that we should be part of that, and that we should have some ambassadors out in the country and around where they grew up to show the others the way.
Magama, and I am a mathematics teacher at Fairmount Secondary School in Graspark. I teach mathematics from grade 9 to 12, and I do assist Go for Gold with Saturday classes teaching mathematics, where about 90 to 95% of the parents on our side are unemployed. And most of the learners that we work with come from broken families where they are single parent headed, mainly mothers and grandparents. So there is basically lack of home support for those children. There isn't support that help them to do something better at home. So when they come to school, we become most of the time their parents, and we try to motivate them to do better, so that at least when they finish high school, they can go back to their communities and make a difference. Because we do believe that the education is the vehicle towards which they can get rid of the slums that they come from, which are poverty and unemployment, which is what they face on a daily basis.
You work for Go for Gold on which days of the week? Which months? How do you work?
I only work for Go for Gold on Saturdays.
Okay.
Every Saturday of the year when we are not on public holidays.
Right.
But I'm full-time employed by the Department of Education teaching at Fairmount. So Go for Gold asked me to assist because our school also does provide them with learners in the program. Since it started, we've had learners who have been with Go for Gold, and they've been quite successful, with many of them now studying courses like civil engineering at different universities.
And the ones you spoke about from Grassy Park, how do they get to here on a Saturday?
The Go for Gold provides transport for them. They pick them from their homes. They bring them to this center for the classes, and they also drop them at home after the classes. Okay. And they also do the same during the week for their leadership courses as well that they have. But the leadership takes place in different venues. I think there's one in the southern suburbs and one in the northern suburbs.
Yes.
So they send their transport to schools. And our kids are also picked up from school. I think it should be Wednesdays and Tuesdays. I can't remember the actual days, but they do bring their transport to school and they pick the kids. Okay. They take them to the center and they drop them at home as well.
And science, when do they do that?
The science, they do it on Saturday. So what they do is there's two sessions. The one that starts at 9 o'clock. It depends. Sometimes the grade 11s, they do science in the morning, and then they do maths in the afternoon. The same happens with the grade 12s as well. They might have maths in the morning and then science in the afternoon. In between, they have a Sisonke program.
So it's grade 11 and grade 12?
Grade 11 and 12.
Here at Ravensmead?
Yeah,
okay.
At this school, yes.
And life skills programs, they're done during the week at the other venues?
Yes, they do it during the week at the other venues.